guys, so right behind me we have the brand new 2018 Volvo XC60, and before you guys go mental in the comment section below, this is not a serious video. It's just meant to be a bit fun, but like any car on the market today, the new XC60 is not perfect. To be quite honest, I had a real hard time finding any faults with it because it is an amazing car, but it does have a few weaknesses, and to be honest, it's nitpicking at this point. But today we're gonna go through the best and worst of the brand new XC60. So let's start with the negatives first. Even though this car is equipped with air suspension, if you get it with these gorgeous and beautiful 20-inch wheels, even though it has a bit rubber here, the ride can get a bit harsh over rough and bad pavement, just a bit harsher than on the XC90 or other cars in this class, that amongst the Mercedes GLC, which just has a bit better ride. So nitpicking at this point, but still one of the weaknesses and the worst things about this car. Another weakness of this car is that the steering does seem a bit light for my taste and other Volvo products I've driven, especially the 90 series cars. I don't know why they made it lighter on the 60 series or on the XC60, and even though if you go into my car, into individual drive mode, because this car is equipped with drive mode, even though you change the steering force to high or low or medium, the steering force seems to be quite the same, and even if you go to the high setting, the steering is still too light, especially on the motorway and on back roads. I've covered this before in my best and the worst video about the XC90 T8, and the same applies here, and this is especially true if you get the car with this leatherette covered dashboard and in this gorgeous leather trim, is that the steering wheel airbag cover does feel a bit cheap. The plastics aren't that bad, but compared to the rest of the cabin, which is of such high quality and such high grain and materials, this just feels a bit cheap. And especially below here, this is almost like a hard plastic. If they've just done this in leather, the interior feel would just be complete and there would be nothing to complain about on this interior. So those were basically all the negatives about the brand new XC60, its worst things. So to be honest, nitpicking at this point, but it had to be said. So over to the positives, and there are many positives. I'm only going to go through the best of the best, and let's start with the exterior, because the exterior on the new XC60 is just stunning. Look at it in the profile, the front and the rear. It's so stylish, so gorgeous, one of the best looking cars and SUVs on the market today, hands down a beautiful design. One of the best things about this car is its interior, and to be perfectly honest, it's the best interior at this price point and in this class. If you can find me a better interior, email me. My email is in my YouTube description, but you'll be hard pressed to find anything as high quality, as stylish, and as gorgeous as this interior, because especially in this blonde leather combination, it's superb and just stunning. One of the best things about this new XC60. One of the best things about this new XC60 is its size. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's actually a bit smaller than the XC90, but that means it's much more manageable in the city, because especially here in Europe, we have small parking spaces. The parking garages are small, but you still have enough room for 5 passengers, and you have a big boot. So the size is just superb. Driving around in this residential area, one of the best things about the XC60 is the large greenhouse, the fact that you sit high in the cabin, giving you great all-around visibility. That, along with the car not being that big, means this car is really easy to navigate in the city and is a pleasure to drive in residential streets and neighborhoods like this. Here on some curvy roads, you'll really notice that the body control on the new XC60 is very tight, especially compared to something like an XC90. This car has lower center of gravity, lower mass, and the body control is just a bit better. There's much less rocking and side-to-side motion, so definitely one of the best things about this car is the tight body control. One of the best things about this car is definitely the tight and small turning radius. As you can see here, tight space, really easy to just turn the car around. You don't need any space at all, making this car really maneuverable and a real pleasure to drive in the city. Really easy to maneuver. So there we have it, guys. Not the most serious video, and to be honest, this car is basically flawless. One of the best cars I've driven this year, so the negatives, don't take it too serious, just nitpicking at this point. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.